improvers. It's Justin Winstead, the Improver Coach. I hope this video finds you doing well and about to get even better, because I've got a really encouraging and helpful message for you today, especially if you're a leader, because I want to talk to you about being the perfect leader. Wouldn't that be some valuable information if I could tell you how to be the perfect leader? Of course it would be, but it would be made up, silly, stupid information, because there's no such thing as the perfect leader. I'm not a perfect leader. You're not a perfect leader. Even the person you idolize the most and it seems like they have it all together, they're not the perfect leader anyway. It's impossible to find the perfect leader. So relieve yourself of that expectation. And some of you are carrying that expectation. You have, whether it's been spoken or you're aware of it, or whether it's subconscious and just hiding there in the emotions, you're putting pressure on yourself to be the perfect leader, and that's an unrealistic expectation. You're carrying around guilt, you're carrying around shame, you're carrying around emotional baggage because you're trying to be something that's impossible to be. So just stop trying to be perfect in everything you do, and I want you to start aspiring to be 100%. Wait, what? How can you be 100% and not perfect? Aren't those the same thing? Well, kind of, but not really. Here's what I mean by that. You're never going to be perfect in everything that you do as a leader, but you can reach 100% in certain areas of your leadership that makes you very healthy, and it makes you very successful, influential, it makes you powerful and self-aware. It's all the things you really need to be a great leader, because you can reach 100% mark in the way that you give yourself a grade on, like, your peace. Are you 100% at peace about the way that your company is running, the way your team is executing? Are you 100% at peace that you're doing things with integrity? There, you can, even when you're not 100% perfect, you can be 100% at peace. I talk to people all the time that we help them discover their reason for being on this planet. We help them get really productive at living that out, and they're reaching their potential. And they say something like, Justin, you know what? There's no feeling like being exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing it in the way that you're supposed to be doing it. It just feels so good. These people are at 100% peace and joy about what it is that they are actually doing. And that's an incredible thing to be at that. And you can be at that too. Also, in your emotional health, you don't have to be 100% perfect in the way that you express your emotions or hide your emotions or whatever. You don't have to be perfect in all that, but do you feel like you're 100% healthy? In other words, do you think that you are at your potential? Do you have a good balance there? It doesn't mean you never slip up, but it means that, you know what, on the average, I'm 100%. I am doing really well, and I'm 100% emotionally healthy, even though that may not be 100% emotionally perfect. Does that make sense to you, that you can feel 100% okay about who you are without being 100% perfect all the time? That's your emotions. What about mentally? Your mental health is so important. Making sure that you're not doing this analysis paralysis, or making sure you're not overthinking things or staying up late at night with anxiety and worrying. That knocks your grade down. You're not at 100% when you're doing that. But 100% with your mental health doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes at all, or you don't think wrongly about things, or you don't miscalculate, or you don't misjudge a situation. But what it does mean is when you reflect back over how okay are you, you can say, you know what, 100%, my mind is well, my mind is focused, I feel like I have balance, and I'm not stressing, and I'm not putting undue pressure on myself or others. Those are the kind of things that you can long for. So even though you can't be perfect in every sense of the word, you can be 100% in a lot of the areas. You can be 100% well, healthy, at peace. And that's what we want to encourage you to do. Focus on where can you grow in your wellness, not necessarily where can you grow in your perfection. Don't try to plan everything out to where you never make a mistake. Plan things out in such a way that when you make a mistake, you know how to rebound from that and learn from it in a healthy way. You know, I'm going to go a little religious on some of you, so you may want to turn the video off if things like Jesus, that name, offends you. But Jesus is my hero in life, and I follow him. And one of the things I've just in my own mind. I don't know if there's any proof of this or any scripture or anything like that to back this up. But I think Jesus was perfect in his righteousness, in his moral living, and in his duty to God and loving others. I think all of that, he was absolutely perfect, and he never dropped the ball, which is amazing. He gives us the perfect example of how to live in that way. But Justin's opinion, I don't feel like Jesus was perfect in every single area of his life. I think probably when he was doing some carpentry, he miscut some of the wood, or he tried to put some joints together and they didn't work. Or I think maybe Jesus, when he was a kid, he had a booger on his nose, or when he was a teenager, he tripped and fell chasing all the other boys and skinned his knee. So he made mistakes in that way. I think he probably experienced failure like you and I experience failure. You know, Jesus had people who denied him, who betrayed him. He had people who verbally abused him and attacked him. He had people who tried to take advantage of him. And ultimately, he was crucified. He was tortured and crucified under false allegations. And so, you know, when I look at him, and he changed the world. He changed the world like no one else. But even I don't think he was obviously perfect in every single thing that he did, even if he was perfect in his nature. So what it tells me is that it's okay to fall and skin my knee. It's okay to miscalculate. It's okay to try that business thing and it not to work out, or roll that product, or do that pitch, or throw out that idea. But how is your health in the meantime? Are you leading well? Are you emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy, mentally healthy? Do you feel like you're really at peace? Are you living with joy? Are you thriving in life? That's what I want to encourage you to be. So don't try to be the perfect leader, but strive to be 100%. I'm Justin, the Improver Coach. Hope to see you on the next video.